Good evening. It's my favorite day of the week. It's Thursday night, which means it's the Underpowered Pokemon Hour. My name is Eric. This is the Underpowered Pokemon Hour, and welcome. I'm really excited about tonight's episode. This is an episode I've been working on for a little bit. It's been a couple of weeks. The three box opening of Silver Tempest I think took a lot out of me. It was quite an opening that one was. So I needed a couple weeks to kind of put the show. I wanted to put the show together a little bit. It's getting to the end of the year, and there's just kind of some interesting things kind of coinciding. We got the holidays. I guess gift giving season is upon us. I guess that's a politically correct term, gift giving season, um, and so it's you might be looking for some gifts. You might be looking to, you might have some holiday cash coming your way. Maybe you're that fortunate, and maybe you're just thinking about getting into Pokemon cards. And so with that kind of thought in mind, I've been collecting throughout the year, and I am getting ready to submit my best polls to PSA for grading, and there is a holiday special that they have. It's $15 a card. They were God, I from what I understand, it was over $100 a card to grade a card for a little bit when things were going. So $15 a card with a 10 card limit. I'm about it. I'm about it. It's good value. So I think with as I've been watching graded card pricing, and I'll get more into that in a bit. But as I've been watching, as the pricing of how much it costs to grade a card drops, I've noticed graded cards are dropping as well, just kind of proportionally, I would say. But anyways, so as I said tonight, I'm going to be covering my top 40 polls of the year. What I'm going to be sending, why I'm going to be sending. I have a couple of near misses, a couple of cards that almost made the cut. And I'll be, just kind of looking at a few Pokemon products. I'm not sponsored or anything by Pokemon. I don't, I'm not trying to give them a free dollar here, but these are just a few things that I think are good, starters if you're trying to get into the hobby. Just, things, just fun things to kind of open up, look at. All of these are slightly different, but really as cheap as $12. One of these, and I think the most expensive was $22. So really, really good range there. If you're a kid, you got your allowance. You just want a cheap way to get in. We'll take a look at these. So I'll be kind of giving some thoughts about where to kind of go with your hobby. I think a term I'm going to use a little bit in the show is staying in your lane. I think that's important. It's a good way to prevent you from, people are going to say spending money needlessly. Well, we're talking about Pokemon cards, right? But there are a lot of ways to waste your money, within the hobby of what some would consider wasting your money. I enjoy it. These cards do have value, and hey, if you hold on to them to the next pandemic, you might strike gold. And yeah, so I think we'll be ripping some packs too tonight, in true Underpowered Pokemon Hour style. So I want to kick this thing off, and let's see. It's been a minute since I've had to do this. First, first thing we're going to look at, at the bottom, it's a good old fashioned Pokeball. And there's a variety of these. They can have a variety of packs. I've unwrapped these things already, but this one is a Pokemon Go ball. I said that I think this is $12. Found it on Amazon. Actually, everything that I'm showing, I found on Amazon. And I don't Jeff Bezos doesn't need my help. This show I put together kind of quick. Amazon's, well, we'll talk about that. It's good for getting stuff quick. And this is actually, I thought, was a good deal. This is a Pokemon Go Pokeball. These just kind of pop open. And what's inside of these tins? There's usually, sticker. 3 packs come in these tins, and you get a little. And for the Pokemon Go players out there, um, I hope you make use of that. So any Pokemon Go players that are in the chat, or anyone that is watching, watching this again. There you go. Hope that helps something. There's a little more information, and of course, we got another sticker, and you get to keep the tin. So not bad. It's a fun little product. We'll get to those packs in a bit. It's not something I buy too much. Just I've got actually. The cats like them. The cats like the Pokeballs. They like to bat the empty tins around. So that's sometimes they'll come with a coin, but that's that. Next thing I picked up. This was $18. Silver Tempest build and battle kit. And what's cool about these is this is actually a good little boost if you're into actually the TCG. You want Pokemon cards. It is a game. And I don't even have the chat up. Yes, true Pokemon. So this is good for people who actually you want to get into the TCG. You want to actually play the Pokemon cards. So you get a little some building tips here, a little blurb, and it looks like you get a checklist of all the cards. So. Maybe interesting, maybe not be interesting. These will come with a, I'll just call it a pre-release deck. The top card is typically it's just they do a single print run on these, and they don't get reprints. So there is a little bit of uniqueness to them. These are pretty collectible, but I'll open this up here for the sake of just showing what you get. This being kind of these all kind of have little bonus items that go along with the packs, and sometimes it really just comes down to what you personally place value in with these bonus items. So pre-release deck, comes with the code card for the deck that you can redeem online. You've got your it's been a minute since I've done this. You have your promo card there, and it's like I said, it's just basic deck building type cards. So if you're really trying to play the TCG, this is a good way to get started. Good variety here, all cards that you could potentially use. So might not be worth it if you are, kind of like I am, really strictly. I've been getting into the cards. I would like to say, as I'm opening things up and as I'm talking about value, I'd like to kind of make a slight diversion into, and I'm maybe going to, no, I could just do this right here. If you're going to open Pokemon cards, have sleeves. If you're going to collect and you see value in these and you want to protect your cards, have sleeves. There are penny sleeves. You can get them anywhere. It's 100 sleeves. I think this was like $4, $5. They're cheap. A lot of Pokemon products, trainer boxes will come with these sleeves here. These are actually more geared for playing the card game. You don't get a lot of great visibility through them. These clear sleeves, you do. So as I sleeve this card up, I just wanted to make sure I touch on that. Is if you want to get some cards, if you go to the store and you buy some cards, chances are they have sleeves there. So I'm going to sleeve up this card right here real quick. And I'll point something out on this card here. It's a little tough to see. There's a little star, black star. Let me sure. Yeah. Little star in the corner. These are Black Star promo cards. So these are you can't pull these out of packs. So the only way you can get this card is by getting the pre-release deck. So just wanted to point that out. And of course, it comes with the 4 packs, which just set those off to the side for right now. Take a look at something else. The next thing, this is I want to say this was like 17, 16 bucks. This one wasn't too bad again on Amazon. And these are fun. These are, I think, maybe more geared to if you got a kid. I think a kid would go crazy over something like this. These are fun. You get the jumbo card. Jumbo cards are collectible. They do have some value, and it is. It's not a bad idea to try to keep them in a safe place. So I'm gonna open this off the side here. Not to manhandle it. Okay, so it comes out. You pop the top, and your 2 promo cards are on top. And let me just make sure. And this one, Black Star promo, so you can only get this one out of this Hisuian Electrode box. I think this one is just a regular card. Set that off to the side. You've got your jumbo card in here. They do make jumbo card sleeves. I thought I had one set off to the side somewhere, but Cat must have got to it first. That's okay. But, jumbo card, it's pretty cool. Nothing wrong with that. And comes with some packs. Comes with the code card for the box for the Electrode promo card. So lost. Oh, Brilliant Stars, cool. I wasn't expecting that. Nice. So another 4 packs. So we'll set off to the side for right now. And last thing, this one was I think this was just over 20 bucks. This is like $22, and it's just a collector's chest. These are fun. This is Dialga, Palkia, fun stuff. And doubles as a lunchbox, carrying case, storage case for your cards, whatever. I see Shelby and Phil in the chat. Appreciate you guys stopping by tonight. Thanks for showing up. And we got Black Star promo cards. Is that it? No. These are set cards, but these cards are all hollows. So a little bit unique. You're not going to get a hollow Sneasel or a Growlithe normally in one of the packs, and you get the cool coin for the game. And we got Silver Tempest, Astro Radiance, Collector Chest code card. I do play online, so I'm gonna keep my cards. Cheese it tonight. Sorry, guys. Astro Radiance, Silver Tempest, and Fusion Strike. So, all in all, out of these 4 items, 16 packs, and you also get you get some more stuff in here. I think these are stickers. Yeah, tons and tons of stickers. So, the theme cards. You got their stickers, and these have some little bit of weight to them. They're kind of nice. Oh, that's why it's not. Okay, so a little booklet. You get a little journal. Talk about maybe document your cards. Talk about your feelings. Whatever you want to put in that journal is your business, not mine. And a little mini binder. These are just single sleeve binders. I'm going to toss that in my supply of random Pokemon junk that's sealed. So, and then that's the chest. So, good items, I think, to kind of get you started. And if, like I said, I'm just going to kind of adjust the camera a little bit here, because we're going into packs here now. Um, yeah, like as I said, I think those are good. Those are good. Use like to like to line myself up here. Make sure. Okay, that'll be maybe a little bit lower. Forgive me, chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate your patience. Appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, so around $20. If you got $20, go to the store. You can, those are all sold at retail, and it's a good way to get your collection going. So let's open a few of those. I think we've opened some stuff. Let's open some packs. I don't even know where to start. Let's grab this Fusion Strike. Let's just get into it. Let's get into it. I've got my top 40 polls set aside, but you never know. I might have to make a decision here today. I'd love to make that decision. Um, I'd love to have it be a difficult decision, but we'll see. So we got some fire energy. I'll heat more, and I'm going to pull that camera up a little bit. I'm a little too close. Morgrim, Pecco, Eevee, Shelder, Voltorb, Pansage, Chili, Sealed and Cress, the Meloetta. All right. Yeah. Sound effects there. Let's rip a Silver Tempest. Let's rip a Silver Tempest. We had some good luck with our Silver Tempest opening. Had a lot of fun with that. Got the gold Lugia out of that. So we can keep a little bit of that going. And you never. I don't know what. I don't know if they do anything with the pulls in these different items. I don't know if they're seated any differently than like a booster box. We'll kind of get a little sample here. Can we get good pulls from any of these things? All right. Chicheo. Keldeo reverse, cool. Oh my good. Yes, we can. Oh, baby. Superior Gold V-Star. Let's go. That's a banger to start us off. I was not expecting that. Not expecting that. Let's take a look at the centering. Oh, the centering is good on this. The centering is good. I apologize. My cat is jacking with something that I have to throw my cat out of the room. Bear with me here. Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate. Yeah, cat attack. I've got a way to cancel out the reverb with the phone camera, and it's a little it's a dongle for it's the adapter for the iPhone, and it takes care of that. And she likes to play with it. So we're sleeved up here. This is going in the top 40 polls. I'm gonna have to figure out something on the fly. Someone's getting cut. Someone's getting cut live. All right. Let me just make sure I'll show kind of what I do, how I separate some of these things. My bigger pulls, the stuff that I consider grading, I put in card savers. I don't put in hard sleeves or in top loaders, I guess. So, wow, Gold Superior V-Star, and that was one that came out of the chest. So, that's a fantastic pull. That's a fantastic pull to get us started. Let's do another. Let's keep it rolling. Astral Radiance. Now we're getting into the packs that have Trainer Gallery cards. Ooh. We're getting into that. Electric Energy. We got a Feather Ball. Whiscash. Sweet Honey. Hisuian Quillfish. Hisuian Growlithe. A Bergmite. A Rufflet. A Ponyta. And a Man Reverse. And a Regieleki. Yeah, one more. Let's double her up. Let's double her up real quick. And then we'll move on to something else. Come back to these packs. Superior V-Star. I love Superior. Great Pokemon. Toxapex. Professor Laventon. Ralts. Spinda. Pikachu. Let me talk about Pikachu a little bit later. Lance. And a Dragonite Hollow. Not bad, not bad. All right. So maybe you've picked up some Pokemon cards. You decided, you know what, this is fun. I want to keep going. I want to start building a collection, and I think that's great. And Pokemon cards are awesome. So what are the best ways to buy Pokemon cards? There's a lot of ways to buy Pokemon cards. You can buy the stuff that I just showed, the collection boxes, they're fun. But ultimately, if you're building a collection, a lot of that stuff is just, it's junk. It's junk. I'm going to be honest. Building battle kits. I like the pre-release decks. I think they're collectible. I don't, when I want to open packs, I don't buy those. When a set comes out, I might pick one up, but I don't. It's not a normal thing that I do. Collection boxes. If there's a really cool one with a really cool promo card, yeah. I do have jumbo cards. I do sleeve them. I don't particularly pay too much attention to them, though. It's not a real exciting thing for me. The chests, those are cool. I like those for storage. I like storing graded cards in those. Realistically, if I wanted to save money, there's a better route for storage. I don't particularly need stickers, use stickers. I'm kind of rambling a little bit. The best way to buy, if you really want to build a collection, and you're more of, I guess this is coming from an adult collector perspective. I'm a grown man with a job, and I can, this is for me, this is a fun hobby. So I talk sometimes in terms of elite trainer boxes, stuff, $50, 40, $50, that'll come with 8 packs. But really, if you do the math on it, the value comes in booster boxes. 36 packs for, when a set comes out, you can find boxes for under $100. So 36 packs under $100, you're $3.50 a pack. There's so much more value. Those items. And I talk in terms of price per pack. You're over $4 per pack in each one of those items, with the exception being that Go Pokeball. That was an abnormally good value. That's why I picked that one up. And those are things to look for out there. Is if you kind of understand, this is what this is how much these packs are. This is what the value is. This is what's good. You'll kind of know what to stay away from. So kind of gets me to, I'm rambling a little bit. I understand. Staying in your lane. You really want to, and this is so important. Once you've figured out the sets that you like, there's you can look the set lists up online. Pokelector is a set list that I like to use, and it you can look up the entire list, and maybe that's not a set for you. And if I'm not really into Fusion Strike, I'm not going to try to buy, I'm not going to buy Fusion Strike boxes. Obviously, I'm not going to buy Fusion Strike, um, stuff that I know it's going to have Fusion Strike in there. So Sword and Shield has been a great era. Um, I feel like I'm getting off base here. Let me. So where do you pick this stuff up? And a lot of people. I'm going to talk about eBay real quick. I like eBay. I use eBay for a lot of stuff. I use eBay for the vintage stuff that I open. The six pack. The six pack, if you haven't noticed, is typically Sun and Moon and X and Y era stuff. The stuff that's you know a little more than 3 years old, 3 to 6, 7 years old. That's where you find the stuff on eBay, and a lot of people shy away from eBay. And I'll be honest with you, eBay is a good place to go to buy Pokemon cards. And you know, if you look at the sellers and you take a look at you actually look at you look at the seller ratings, you look at the comments, you see how much stuff this person sold. A lot of stores, a lot of people use eBay as that's just how that's their online store. That's how they have. I ever been duped on eBay ever? Yes, once, and that was my fault. And that was the fake team up pack that I picked up. That as soon as and so funny story with that. I bought a team up pack for a 6 pack, and just a couple days later, I was just checking on the shipping status of it, and I looked at the picture. I was like, I didn't actually look at the picture, and I saw the ridges on the pack, and I was like, oh man, this thing is so fake. So I actually, right there, before it even showed up, I filed a claim with eBay. I reached out to the seller and refunded my money. Told me just keep the pack, don't even sell it back. Um, Probably a scammer, but then again, I did look. He had good reviews, but a lot of his stuff also was, he said he got it from a estate sale. I kind of believe it because of just the variety of stuff. You can if you go on eBay, and the seller is it's like a store kind of a name, and you look at it, and you look at see the other stuff they have for sale, and it's a lot of Pokemon stuff, and they have thousands of transactions and high reviews. You're safe. You're gonna be okay. eBay does have there are like built-in 3-day guarantees with stuff you buy. So even people that don't offer a 30-day guarantee with eBay, there's still safe outs. eBay is a great place to find value. It is where the best value on boxes are. Excuse me. Amazon booster boxes about $10, $12 a box more sometimes. Occasionally, you might find deals. I always say explore. eBay's got the selection. I can't find X and Y era packs on Amazon. I can't find those at Target. If you want stuff that hasn't been in print for a while, that obviously you're going to be paying more for them, eBay's the only way to go. Graded cards. It's I don't know any other place that really sells or does graded cards better than eBay. They have money back guarantee. They have the typical guarantees, and graded cards. You can verify them on your own to visually. Does the serial number on that card match what this person is selling? It's if as long as you're buying PSA CGC graded cards, you'll be fine. So the availability is all there. It's just the selection. eBay is a great place to go, but the most scammers in the Pokemon market exist on eBay. It's just the fact. So they're out there. They're predatory. Look at each photo very carefully. Know what you're buying, and review the seller. Take the few extra seconds. Just kind of give it the vet yourself. eBay kind of has your back a little bit. And if it passes the smell test, pull the trigger. As I said, Amazon's good, getting things fast. It's Prime. I don't need to give Jeff Bezos any money. He ain't doing me any favors. But there's a decent selection on Amazon. It's a little more expensive. You'll get it a little bit quicker, and there's less scammy stuff. There is some weird scammy-ish type things. I only buy sealed Pokemon stuff on Amazon. If you know it's sealed, buy it on Amazon. Amazon, you could pretty much open it up. Oh, this sucks. You could probably open up all the packs, throw it back in the package, take it back to the UPS store. They'll scan it and throw it back if you don't get good pulls. I'm not saying do that. Not saying do that by any means, but Amazon is just very, they don't care. They don't care. It's a much safer way to go. If you have a local card store, visit it. Check it out. A lot of times they will price competitively with eBay. So my local card store is local. I don't know if 30 minutes away is that local. It's worth for me going. If there are things that I know that they have, if boxes that I know they've got, they'll be priced competitively with eBay, sometimes lower. They also have singles. They'll just have loose singles, graded singles, and it's a good place to kind of meet local people within the hobby. If Pokemon as a brand has kind of been about collectability and trading, so that's where you meet local people that might want to trade with you. If you are a binder person, you want to have your cards in binders, you can take your binder to a local card store, and you might find someone to make a deal with. You never know what you might find at a local card store. So whether you think you're going to get a good deal or not, you go there. Maybe you just want to buy one pack, which single packs typically $5-6 for stuff that's in print. It's never a good deal if you just go to the store and buy a single pack. But it's fun. It's fun. So you go to the local card store, buy a single pack. Maybe you just want to mingle. If the scene there is good, I say check it out. Selection is typically going to be a lot better than what you might find at Target or Walmart. And that's next segue. Target, Walmart, Walgreens. I kind of put them all in the same category. You can find things retail. I mean, the advantage is it's right there. You want Pokemon cards right now? Boom, there they are. But it's a very much you take what you get. You might go to Walgreens and they might just have 3-pack blisters. They might just have decks. You might strike out Target. Target might be picked clean. You might show up at Target on a restock day and you might find a great deal on something that a lot of people like to pick up. And what do they call them? I don't want to call them scammers. They're not, but just resellers, people, buying things at retail and just jacking up the prices because the demand is super high and the supply is really low. So last thing, there's this website. I haven't personally used it, but a lot of people in the Pokemon collecting community use. It's the Pokemon Center. I've taken a quick look at them. They pretty much have anything that's currently in print retail, competitive with Amazon, eBay. So if you don't feel like giving Jeff Bezos your money, you can give them your money. It's probably just as good. Selection, as I looked on there was pretty good. So there's a lot of places you can pick Pokemon cards up, and as I said, this is if you really want to start building your collection, these are the places that I look. Otherwise, I'm just a fan. If you're at Target, picking up some toothpaste, some shampoo, some toilet paper, walking by the aisle, grab some Pokemon, a Pokemon thing that looks cool. It's fun. It's fun. So that's kind of my general advice with where to get stuff. So I kind of want to, side note on vintage packs on eBay. The older you get with vintage packs on eBay, the riskier it gets. If you start getting into black and white era, diamond and pearl era, you start running the risk of reseals. And I plan on in the future doing an episode where I pick up a couple of those packs that kind of start in the $80 range and that's a lot for a single pack. And that's where it starts becoming worth it for scammers. to open stuff up, look and see what's inside. Some people will open up those vintage packs and put new packs inside, and it sucks. It sucks. But we don't have those. We've got good stuff. We got stuff that I know is sealed. Astral Radiance. Are we going to create another problem within this top 40? Are we going to create controversy within my top 40 here? We already have. That Gold Superior V-Star has done that job. Can we have more controversy within the top 40 on awards night? No, not awards night. This is just graded reveal night. This is the only chance I actually get to really show off my collection. All right, Swinub, Nickit to a Swine, and we got a Typhlosion V. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. That's our second. Let's see, our second round of packs. 16. Whoa, that opened up a little suddenly there. So we got. Oh, you look like a good. I don't have a hit in this one. All right, Steel Energy, Cranidos, Golduck, Switch Cart, Cyndaquil, Scyther, Suing Growlithe, Bronzor, Rufflet, got a Glaceon reverse, Rapidash. Okay. All right. I think we're going to double up on Lost Origin here. So let's run through these Lost Origin packs. Let's get 2 of these. Still a lot of Lost Origin I want. It's a set I want to open more of. Choke, Silcoon, Colress's Experiment, Jinx, Pikachu, Machop, Snover, Hisuian Zorua, Carbank, and a Banette. Next pack. Got a good seal on this one. Got a good seal on this pack. I feel good about this one here. The God Arceus himself is telling me there's something in here. Luminion. Wind-Up Arm. Choke. Spinarak. E-Bomb. Clefairy, Slugma, Lickitung, Radiant Steelix. That's not too bad. Landorus. Okay. Radiant Steelix, not bad there. I like the since collector show. Well, I'll kind of explain these Radiant cards. These are shiny Pokemon. Typically I don't want to say typically because they've only been doing it for the last couple of years. Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield, there has been shiny Pokemon sets. And those sets have their standalone shiny subsets. But starting in Astral Radiance, they started adding these Radiant Pokemon to the reverse slots, and it's just it's a cool looking card, really collectible. I like it a lot. All right. Let's leave that one up. That one's pretty well centered, actually. It's nice. They texture these nicely too. So I kind of didn't. I didn't do a good job on something, and that sucks. Okay, so I let myself down tonight. Let's keep the packs going. Let's do that. Got a Brilliant Stars here. It's a surprise. This is a set I opened a lot of this year. Was Brilliant Stars. I enjoyed it. It's great. A lot of great cards. This is actually the set that really got me into Pokemon card collecting like hard this year. Steel Energy. Got a Grotle, Marnie's Pride, Team Yell's Cheer, Clink, Snorunt, Nosepass, Exu, Baltoy, Gloria, Simisear V. Not too bad. Back with some Silver Tempest. Some of that. Whoop. Alrighty. Okay. Fighting Energy. Raichu. Torcat. Palisand. There we go. Rotom. Dreepy. Vulpix. Molga. Chimcheo. Sunker in reverse. Yeah, Hisui and Lilligant. We'll see her again a little bit later. As I know what's in my top 40. Let's get another Silver Tempest here. All right. Sandile. See if you got anything in here. Fire Energy, Toxapex, Lopunny, Lance, Sandile, there he is again, Fennekin, Murkrow, Beldum, Baltoy, a Radiant Serena. Another Radiant, I will take that every time. A Regieleki VMAX. We got a double hitter right there. That's sweet. That is sweet. I'm good with that. Let's go. Getting some hits tonight. Nothing I would say is going to break into the top 40 aside from that Superior. That was kind of wish we got that one at the end. Wish we got that one at the end. So let me see here. I'm going to do one more Silver Tempest. And then I want to talk about what are the best Pokemon to collect? What are the best? And what are some of the ones that are maybe not so collectible that might still be worth it to collect? I'm going to talk about that. And that goes along with what I was talking about with picking away. Right. I was not even expecting that Superior V. Pekka. Capturing room. Whale Lord. Indeedee. Marini. Misdreavus. Swablu. Swirlix. There we go. Zeraora reverse. Incineroar. Okay. Good pulls. I mean, they're not hiding the pulls in any of these collection boxes, or anything like that. We're getting good pulls. So you bought, you're starting to collect your Pokemon cards, and you've been opening up a lot of different sets, and you're building your collection, and you're starting to think, is there is it worth it to buy singles? Is there a particular Pokemon that I should collect? Is maybe I want to collect my cards of my favorite of a particular Pokemon. And I mean, obviously, there's a lot of Pokemon, and there's a lot of Pokemon cards. So what are the best ones? In terms of value, in terms of collectability, in terms of you could go online right now and you could buy one at a range of price points. And I'll kick it off with a basic one is Pikachu. Pikachu is probably there's it's just about it's in so many sets. He's the face of Pokemon. You could go on eBay right now and find loose Pikachu's, graded Pikachu's as cheap as $20. You can find them as high, into the thousands of dollars. So there's a wide range of those cards to really choose from. The evolutions are another one. Umbreon is kind of the top dog as far as evolutions, but realistically, Sylveon, Espeon, Vaporeon, all of them are highly collectible. And I'm talking about Pokemon that these are Pokemon that their cards, if you pull those cards, it's like a little bit of elevated value just kind of on top. Uh, it's just if you pull an Umbreon card, it's going to be worth it's just a little bit more valuable. It's just worth a little bit more. So the evolutions, those are great cards. If that's like I said, if that's what you want to collect, if that's and what you want to collect could be what you want to collect for whatever reason, because hey, you want to make money on Pokemon cards someday. Like I said, you're waiting for the next pandemic to hit. You're waiting for the next the next YouTube superstar to think Pokemon cards are cool again in 15 years. Who knows what this stuff does. I like to collect just because it's fun. Um, I'm not really interested in selling my collection right now, but I know that there's an opportunity to do it if I wanted to. Um, Another Pokemon that a lot of people love is Rayquaza. Rayquaza, I don't know how to say his name. Big Dragon Pokemon. He's awesome. He's the coolest legendary. I don't care what you said. I don't care what anybody says. Coolest legendary is Rayquaza. Um, the downside with that particular Pokemon is, and I should really have a picture of him. I'm not doing him any justice. Uh, he's he's awesome. The downside, entry point on Rayquaza is a little more difficult. His cards, the floor is not quite as as low with a with Rayquaza, and you're gonna, for at least I'm talking about graded singles. You're just gonna be you're gonna be in it a little bit more for those cards, and just like as I said, just in the starting point. My net's going crazy right now because everyone knows what Pikachu is. I don't know if everyone knows the majesty that is Rayquaza. There he is. And it's a card that it's a card that I pulled. Card that I pulled. And that's a loose one. Yeah, a loose That was when we pulled on. It was a six pack, not on the Underpowered Pokemon Hour, but on the actual on the podcast. The only one actually, the only time the six pack has been done on the podcast. But yes, Mega Rayquaza, very collectible. Little bit more into Pokemon in terms of getting started on the lower end, but some awesome cards. Uh, Mewtwo. I love Mewtwo. Mewtwo is a Pokemon I personally, and so many awesome cards. Mewtwo for me is it's the number two legendary. He's I will never forget being a child and walking into Mewtwo's cave for the first time and holy crap, he's level 70. Holy crap. How am I going to catch this thing without a Master Ball? And it's just that's the challenge. Um, Mewtwo, good entry point. Um, you know, you can get graded Mewtwo cards for 15, $20. Large variety, uh, just awesome Pokemon. Awesome Pokemon. Uh, what does it say about Mewtwo? We'll see a little bit of Mewtwo in a little bit. And the number one Pokemon to collect is obviously Charizard. He's the top dog. It's as in terms of ceiling, super high, floor, super low. You can get graded Charizard cards for $10. I mean, they're very basic, easy to get Charizard cards, and at $10, whoever paid to have it graded is just losing money, unfortunately. But the thing that I noticed when I was looking at these different Pokemon and which which ones I wanted to talk about. At that time, I went on eBay and I found 5,000 listings for Mewtwo. You could go on there, find 5,000 graded Mewtwo cards, different ones, different listings to go through, pick through, and pick a card. Something like 30,000 Charizard listings, something ridiculous. It's just not even close. The variety, just everything. If you want a Charizard, it's there. It's out there. Um, so yeah, it's the way to go. Now, if maybe your favorite Pokemon is a Pokemon like Rillaboom, shout out to Casey. I know his favorite Pokemon is Rillaboom. When I came up and visited him, I picked him up a Rillaboom, a shiny Rillaboom, a PSA 10, and oh god, PSA 10 Charizard, hundreds of thousands depending on the card, and Rillaboom, not a super popular Pokemon. Not that many cards. Just the cards that the cards that exist for Rillaboom, that are graded, highly populated, high population. That means a lot of people are grading them. So there are just a lot of PSA 10s out there, and a $20 card in a 10. That's people. That's crazy. But that's when that card was graded, somebody took a loss grading that card. So what I'm saying is, if that's what you want to, if that's what you are into collecting, that's awesome. I think that you can get into that, collecting Rillaboom cards at $20 for a shiny Rillaboom at a 10. That's awesome. So those are the things you also want to look at too when you're thinking about picking this lane. If you decide you want to buy graded singles, you want to start collecting a particular Pokemon. It's just some things to think about. And graded singles, and I'm just going to show a few that I picked up this year, and why I picked them up. And really, for me, buying graded singles, at least for me, comes down to two reasons. If the card comes in a product that is no longer available, that's been out of print, or is extremely expensive or difficult to get your hands on, but it comes with a single that you want, pick it up graded. And this is an example of that. This came out of a Japanese promo box from Sun and Moon, Armored Mewtwo. It's a little bit more on the, I don't want to say on the rare side, but a little tougher to get. There are not as many of these out there. And I wanted the card in my collection, and it just did not make sense to spend the hundreds of dollars on what it would take to get the product that the card comes in, open the product, and then send the card out for grading and hope it gets a 9 or better. To me, it made sense to pick this up for my collection. Really happy with it. Really happy it's in my collection. I think it's an awesome card. These other examples, and this is just how I collect, I picked these next cards up because the price of the pack of the card itself is more than the card itself is worth. So I'll explain. I collect Blaziken cards. When I was thinking about my lane, it's Mewtwo and it's Blaziken. It's mostly Blaziken. As you can see, I'm a fan of the Fire Chicken. Diamond and Pearl packs. Great encounters, over $100, $100, $150, $200 for a pack, depending on the way you want to buy it. If you want to buy a box break and make sure that you're getting, not getting something that's weighed. This card was $70. I wanted it for my collection. It's a, more vintage Blaziken card. Why spend $100 on a pack when it's obviously not guaranteed that I'm going to get the card? Not guaranteed it's going to be in great condition. What is this, 2008 on this card? This card was printed 14 years ago. A pack of cards that's been, an unopened pack of cards, from 2008. Who knows where that thing's been? So if you want a great, it makes sense to, if that's a card I want for my collection, that's the route I go. So another one here, exact same logic behind this, 2007 EX era. Let's kind of run through this. This is one I actually picked up recently. This one was awesome. I wanted this card. I actually got this one for a really good deal. eBay is great for if you like watching the clock on bids. It's really fun. It's a level X Blaziken. A lot of fun. And of course, same idea with these next three cards. I think I've showed them on stream before. A pack of base set is $500. It's $500. It might be weighed. It might be resealed. These hollows were all under $100. These are all cards that I like. I like the vintage. It's the stuff that I opened when I first started opening Pokemon cards as a kid, and to me that's what's fun. And those are the cards that do hold value a fair amount, just because of the rarity of it. So while we're right here, let's rip these last packs. Let's get these last ones open. Let's see if we can't. I would love to stir up some more controversy in the top 40. We've already done it. I've ranked my cards, so I know which one is getting cut. Actually, it's the one on top, and it's going to go against a rule of grading I have. Spoiler alert: card number 40, X card number 40. Oh, I won't spoil it. Tang. Sweet. Oh, there it is. Wait, did we? Yeah. 2 Matangs. I guess we needed 2 of those. Jupiter, Spinda, Phoebus, Noibat, Snorunt, Professor Laventon reverse, Zygarde. Okay. We got any fire in these go packs? When this set came out, I was like, I don't like Pokemon Go. I don't know. I've opened up so much Pokemon Go, and it's a fun set to open. It's a very fun set to open. Oh, we got a V-Star card. All right. Lure module. Ariados. Egg incubator. Larvitar. Numel. Bulbasaur. Onyx. Burrow. Camerupt. Lapras. And you know what I wasn't doing? I wasn't checking for Dittos. Let me make sure I didn't skip over a Ditto in there. Did not. Good. Good. I think I want to say Pokemon Go. I know one Pokemon Go card found its way into the top 40. Pretty high up in the top 40, actually. Pretty high up in the top 40, actually. 2, 3, 4. Zadu. Rare Candy. Slowbro. Melton. Eevee. Pikachu. Squirtle. Spinarak. Melton Reverse. Dragonite V full art. Let's go. Nice. Very nice. In a Pokeball. That's off left to right and top to bottom. So that's if this is perfectly centered, we might have a little bit of controversy, but that's actually full art cards aren't the most desirable, but for me, I thought this was one of the best looking cards in Pokemon Go. So very happy to pull that. Very happy there. No, quick Ditto check. I don't think. Nope. All right. Almost. That's a good pull, though. That's a good pull. Last Pokemon Go. And we will start looking at the top 40. Top 40. Lightning Energy. Steelix. Candela. Charmeleon. Alolan Raticate. Alolan Rattata. Spinarak. Pikachu. Wimpod. We have a Rare Candy Reverse. And we're closing out the packs tonight with a Venusaur Hollow. I kept an eye out for Dittos there. Didn't see them. Quick little scan. No. All right. So before I hit the top 40, how did I come to this determination of these cards, and what did I use, and what didn't? A couple cards that didn't make the cut, and I'll explain why. In trying to figure out what I wanted to grade, it really comes down to getting the most out of the money you're spending to grade the card. It's right now, like I said, PSA has a special $15 a card. CGC might have a holiday special. Beckett, I don't know, but $15 a card's pretty good. It's the lowest I've ever seen since I've been collecting. A lot of time, it's the reason it's a special 15, minimum 10. Before it was $18 a card, minimum 25. So if you wanted to have at $18 a card, you had to send in 25 cards, and it's a lot. The downs, some hidden costs that are associated with grading. A lot of these sites, they want you to become a member. They want you to become an annual member. And PSA, it's a Benjamin to get in. It's $100 to get in for the annual membership, to unlock their services, so to speak. So this is you're spending money. What might be tough to wrap your head around is why would I spend money on something that I already own, that I already have? Why would I grade a card? Well, there's a couple of reasons. There's a few reasons. If and a lot of it it's long term value. It's really what it comes down to. But it authenticates the card. You know, if you're buying the card from somebody, you know you're getting a real card. If you're buying a graded card, it's been authenticated. Um, it's establishing what the grade of that card is. With the grade, I say grade. I should say grade slash condition. You'll have a mint 9, a gem mint 10, a near mint 8. You get it actually establishes a third party establishes the condition for that card. So if you're trying to trade that card or sell that card to somebody, you can say, hey, this is a 9 or this is an 8 versus somebody saying, oh no, I just pulled this out of a pack. It's fresh. No problem at all. I've never played with it whatsoever. Especially if you're buying cards online. If you're buying cards online and you want to buy a card that's in great condition that is going to hold long-term value, I've never bought loose singles. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can trust a picture. So, and brings me to my next point. I kind of said, pack fresh, Eric, these cards come out of a pack, they're printed, they're sealed, they're put in a pack and a product or whatever, you open them. Why would it not be a 10? Well, I'll explain. This Dragonite card is a nice example. I do have a nicer example in the top 40 actually. The centering and I'm talking about the border here. It's quite thin there on the sides. Here on this side, you can definitely tell at least the bottom. It's a little bit fatter. So the way this card was cut, it's a bit off center. It's not going to grade a 10. If the card is off center enough, and every card, absolute perfect symmetry, I don't think is going to happen. But if the card is off center enough, it's not going to grade a 10. If it's off center enough, it's not going to grade a 9. I've got a card that was too off center to grade a 9. So, those are things you want to pay attention to when you're pulling these things out. And they're not perfect. The quality on these cards is pretty good, but it's not perfect. So how do you make that determination? I picked this kit up on Amazon, $10, and it's a grading kit, and it's not precise by any means, but you have an overlay that you put over the card. Oh, didn't want to reveal that card, but too late. We'll talk about that card in a second. That you'll put over the card. You'll center it. I'm not going to do this live here, but you'll center it, and these different numbers here on the side on the border. I'll try to kind of center it. You'll take those numbers at each one of the sides. You'll compare it to these numbers here, and it'll kind of tell you, what the percentage is. And what they have in black, I'm guessing that's anything that's 60-40 or closer seems to fall within the range of a 10. I would imagine that's what they're going for there. So that little kit can be useful for centering, and that same kit came with this little magnifying glass. Not specific. I don't know that much about grading, but from what I've seen, they've got like high quality microscope stuff. But this is good for scanning over cards, and you might find something. And these two cards I want to show you, these are two cards that were surefire top 40 cards for me. Just no brainer cards I loved. We talked about Rayquaza. This one, centering was really good. I really like this card. It's a full art from Evolving Skies. Awesome card. when I looked at this card with that tiny little magnifying glass, and I don't even know if it's probably not going to show on the camera here. This top little corner's got a little bend in it. That's not good. This card's probably going to be like a 7. I don't want to spend $15 to have this thing come back a 7. It's probably worth more loose. It's worth more to me in my collection just as is. You know, if I do decide I want a binder, it's to look great in a binder. You can tell the difference. But to me, I had to be honest. No, I don't think this one makes the cut. And it's hard being honest with some of your favorite pulls, some of the cards that you know, got really excited to open up. This is another one, Radiant Charizard. Awesome card, off center, left to right. But this was, I was ready to grade this card, get it ready, looked at it under the magnifying glass, took it out, and may not see it here. There is a bend crease down in there. This card is physically bent on the bottom. And you know, we're dropping down into 7 territory. I don't want that. 6, 7, not a card I want to get back. You know, ideally 9 or better, at least in my opinion. That's how I roll. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I don't think if it's going to grade an 8 on rare exception or less, I don't think it's worth it. So I guess we have an honorable mention, and that honorable mention, this is card 41, was a Charizard EX from Evolutions. And you know, just came out of an Evolutions pack. It's really well centered. This is a card that I think is capable of a 10. And you know, why did this card rank number 40? It's a Charizard. It's from Evolutions, 2015. This card's heavily printed card. Evolutions is a heavily reprinted set. So I'm not heartbroken leaving this card out of the top 40. I've got a stash of cards that have graded card potential, and this is just going to basically move to a different stash. I'll put it that way. So Charizard EX Evolutions honorable mention. And I'm just going to take these out here. Set these right there. Kind of reacquaint myself. And we'll you know what? Because it was such a great pull earlier in the show, and it's officially in the top 40. Boom. This was gold early on. Taking a look at this, the centering passes the eyeball test for me. It looks good. It looks really good. This is probably a card I rank higher in my top 40. I will look at this under a magnifying glass. I will, you know, take this out, but I think this might come back a 10. I am hopeful that this card comes back a 10. So I'm a little bit more precise on some of these other ones because I've looked them over more carefully. I actually took notes on some of them. Now, 39. This is an interesting card because this is not going to grade a 10. Nowhere close. I'm shooting for an error on this. I'm shooting for this one to be classified as a miscut. And you know, we're talking about centering. You can see how thin that top border is and how thick that bottom border is. I think this is enough to have this card be classified as an error, which it automatically drops it to a 9, but there's a lot of collectability within that. So this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. Are we going to get a miscut, or are they going to hit us with are you going to hit me with an 8 or something ridiculous? I think this is miscut. This is the worst cut card I have in my collection, and it just so happens to be awesome. Eternatus V, character rare, that's an awesome card. So That one is getting sent off with the hopes the hopes of a 9. I know that that sounds weird. I love character cards. I love. I think Gallade is awesome. This one I think is a safe 9. Centering left to right is a little rough. Top to bottom came out okay on my end. Um, Good condition card. I think it's awesome. I love the character rare V's, the textured ones. These look great. So that one's getting sent off. Gallade, shout out to Gallade for helping me through Pokemon. Oh, what did I play? What did I play? Was it Diamond? Um, help me take down Cynthia. Maul LV, another character rare or trainer gallery card V. Again, I love these textured ones. This one looks great. Uh, Top to bottom was in that 60-40 category. Close left to right was good. Hope this is a safe 9, but I'm hopeful for a 10 there. I'm a sucker for these character cards. Next one here is the Superior V. Again, trainer gallery card. This one to me, I this one has 10. This one I think is a solid shot at 10. This one comes, if it doesn't come back at 10, I will be surprised. Centering looks great. The card, surface, corners, edges, everything looks good on that one. Oh man, Arceus here. Arceus full art. A card I hope to have come back at 10. I looked this one over carefully. Awesome card. This one's getting sent out for grading. Yeah, super cool card. Card that I like in my Pokemon TCG deck actually. This one I was a little up in the air about, and I'm somewhat surprised that it's stuck around, but somewhat not. Left to right centering on this one was tough. This one's going to come back in 9, hopefully. Otherwise, everything else on this one was clean. And as I said, I love Mewtwo. I'm super into I'm starting to collect graded Mewtwo cards. So for me, this one, as a 9, I'd love to have in my graded collection. This one came out of a pack of evolutions, and yeah, just an awesome card. Evolutions, as I said, heavily printed. Here's another one, Dragonite V-Star. This one came out of Pokemon Go. I got so many great hits out of that. Centering on this card was a little close, left to right, but I think it's there. I think this could come back as a 10. I love Dragonite. Secret rare. Let's go. Yeah, left to right, top to bottom a little bit too. It's a safe 9 for sure. This is a Lost Thunder Suicune Build and Battle pre-release card. And I picked these in searching for Lost Thunder packs for just so I was messing around. This is actually a pretty desirable pre-release card, and it's one of the ones that's a little more tough to find. Suicune, one of the more popular legendaries. It's very collectible Pokemon, highly collectible Suicune, and well centered. This back everything checked out on this one. So safe 9, I think. Hopefully a 10. Hoping for a 10 out of that one. We just saw this card. Not the same Radiant Charizard. This one actually passed the visual test, and this one, it's a bit off left to right. It's a safe 9, but you might have that guy grading who looking at it might be feeling a little generous. Maybe was sucking back on Grandpa's old cough medicine that night, and you know what? Maybe he's not seeing things clearly. Could sneak by. You never know. One of my favorite character cards, and this is one that we pulled from the Silver Tempest opening was Corviknight V. I love this card. I think it's Corviknight is. I'm just gonna say Corviknight's S tier. Corviknight is an S tier Pokemon. I love Corviknight. This one, I sound like a broken record with the left to right centering. We will see when these cards come back. It'll be really interesting. But this is a safe 9. Hoping for a 10. Hoping for a 10. It's got somewhat of a shot. Now this one, we're getting into some cards that these are special to me because I pulled these. I'm getting to the bigger hitters that I pulled on stream. And this is one that I pulled up in Washington when I went to visit Casey. Shout out to Casey out there. Love you, my guy. You were sitting right next to me when I pulled this card. Centering on this card, it's a little tougher to see. I don't like to use the word perfect, but it was really good. It was really good. Overall, this card, just great condition. Mimikyu VMAX character card. I think this comes back a 10. There's a couple in here that I'm actually predicting 10s, and this is one of them. So really hopeful on this one. The artwork is great. Texture on the card is so cool. It's tough to describe the texture on these cards unless you actually are looking at them, but they do a great job with the surface on these. Another card that just pulled recently, not particularly high value. I mean, it's worth grading. It's worth grading, but I Full Art Tag Team GX. I think this card is awesome. I think this card is just super cool. Mega Sableye and Tyranitar. Pulled that one on stream. That one was fun. This one came out of the Team Rocket box that I picked up from Pokepower boxes. This one, check out the YouTube short on this one. Nothing more to be said. This is my guy Blaziken. Character. I keep saying character. That's Japanese, but Trainer Gallery from Silver Tempest. Centering on this card is great. Everything on this card is great. Blaziken. This will come back at 10. It has to. Has to. This one here, I'll tell you why this is special, and this might be one of the most special ones in this stack. And this was the first big hit from the 6-pack. Was the Mega Venusaur EX Full Art from Evolutions. Not the most valuable card in here. In fact, I've shown a few cards that are more valuable. As I said, Evolutions, heavily reprinted set, heavily graded set. There's so many of these out there, but that card is awesome. It was the first big pull on the first 6-pack. Pulled it with Casey on stream. Had a great time. I love this card. Centered great. This one's coming back at 10. Safe 9. It's coming back at 10. Safe 9. Another. I keep getting these awesome cards. Again, pulled this one sitting right next to my bud Casey. I'm gushing right now. I'm gushing. Love you, Casey. Casey's been my Pokemon ride or die guy forever, and anything that he just, there's a little bit of extra luck I feel like when he floats in and out. So Charizard V Full Art card I wanted. This is a card that I think is fantastically centered. Looks great. I would be very surprised if this did not come back as a 10. I'm not even gonna safe 9 that one. I'm gonna say I'd be surprised. This is another one that these next few of these came out of the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, and I said, great your Charizards. Yes, it's mass produced. Yes, it's you can pretty much buy an Ultra Premium Collection, and hey, you've got this card. Centering on this card did not look very good. I think this comes back a 9. I hope it's not bad enough because it looks a little fat there at the bottom. I hope it's good enough to stay a 9. Nevertheless, it is an awesome looking Charizard VMAX from the Ultra Premium Collection. I have to grade it. I have to. There ain't no way around that. And for our third Charizard in a row, this one you can see left to right. That's off. It's probably a 9. Probably gets by with the 9. I love the artwork on this card. I love the Charizard. I love that he's fighting Mewtwo. It's tough to see the detail. Our boy Diglett's there in the corner. Awesome card. This card is super cool. I want this graded in my collection, and it's just going to be graded in my collection. So I'm getting to get into some alternate artwork cards, and these I'm very disappointed I haven't pulled an alternate artwork on stream. In out of a pack. This alternate artwork from the Ultra Premium Collection. I mean, awesome looking card. Charizard just taking his nap. Anytime you got other activity, other stuff, other Pokemon going on in the background, it's a cool card. I love these alternate artwork cards. You'll kind of start seeing the theme of these here because that's what's coming next. Lumineon V, alt art. I think we got a safe 9 here. Centering, it's kind of that close-ish, which to me means it's just going to be a 9. But awesome looking card, awesome looking artwork, and I got 2 of them. Alternate artwork cards, loose raw, they're the most expensive ones. These are if it's a safe 9, these are worth grading. These are worth grading. So if I doubled up, hey, good for me. Ice Rider Calyrex V. This is a safe 9, but could come back a 10. I'm really, really hopeful it comes back a 10. I think if we got that, Grandpa's cough medicine guy working that day, he might bless us with the 10 on this one. The centering it's close. It's close. Great card, though. Great card. Being real interested to see how that one comes back. I alluded to a Hisuian Lilligant V earlier as we pulled one. Here's the alt art. I love this card. I love this card. Centering on this one is on point too. This one came out of Astral Radiance. Obviously, this one I'm showing cards that didn't pop up on stream. I would have loved for this one to pop up on stream. I think this card comes back as a 10. I think it does. I think it's just very, very, very well made one. That one was. Alt art Honchkrow V. You got the Murkrows down there hanging out with their boss. Top to bottom isn't perfect on this one. I think we got a safe 9 here. But awesome alternate artwork. This came out of Brilliant Stars. Just a great looking card. Honchkrow V. Which I got a shiny Honchkrow in Pokemon Scarlet. Urshifu V alt art. This one's I'm not going to call it a safe 9. This is a 9. Hoping it stays at the 9, actually. Top to bottom and left to right, we're off on this. But it's an Urshifu alt art. It's so cool. It's so cool. I think Urshifu is just an awesome Pokemon. I think he flies too far under the radar. I think Urshifu needs more respect. Now, we're going to be doubling up on the next one, but I think these are the last 2 alt art cards. These are 2 of my favorite ones, though. Tornadus V. We've got the Score Bunny. We got all these Pokemon just whipped up in this tornado. Look at that. How awesome is that card? How awesome is that card? This one's a safe 9. These are both, and I'll hold them both side by side. These are both safe 9s. does one come back at 10? Do they both come back 10s? Probably not. Hope maybe. Who knows? Who knows who's working that day? Now, getting down to some good ones here. Getting down to some. We're gonna recognize some of these. I'm excited for these. Just keep getting better and better. I was on stream when we pulled this one. This one's pretty well centered. It looks it's tough to see at the top. There's no top to really judge. Could be a little bit fat at the bottom, but the gold Mew VMAX. I love this card. Mew is awesome. I'm just yeah. I still like looking at this thing. Safe 9, safe 9, 10 maybe. Can we? This is one I did not pull on stream. Actually, one I pulled fairly recently. Yeah, Rayquaza Gold. I'm so shocked I pulled this card. I won't. Yeah, so shocked I pulled that card. Well centered too. This one's got a shot at a 10. This one's definitely got a shot at 10. Just an awesome looking card. These gold cards, they might be a little take it or leave it. Those because those are trainer gallery cards. The next one is not a trainer gallery card. This is one I pulled out of a Lost Origin pack. Don't think this one was on stream. Giratina V-Star Gold. This one's a safe 9. I don't think this one hits the 10. It looks a little too off left to right and top to bottom. But I love the gold secret rares, and got a legendary and Giratina V-Star. That's just a sweet card. That's just an awesome card there. So just pulled this one on stream. So pumped to pull this card. Unfortunately, I think this one pulls the 9. I don't see this one coming back at 10. It's a safe 9. It's a real safe 9. But yeah, Lugia almost made the cut in terms of the 5 Pokemon that I would recommend to collect. Very collectible. The problem with Lugia is there's a couple of cards that are, yeah, you can start off your collection that are with some less expensive ones, and then it's just you get into ridiculous. Highly collectible. Just not a ton of Lugia cards out there, but he is awesome legendary Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon, and it's a gold V-Star. So we're getting sent off. Next one, this one is a little bit more, and this one has a little bit more to do with the value. And this one, safe 9, potentially 10. This one was really close. I think it might hit it. This is the most expensive Trainer Galleries card in Astral Radiance, the Starmie. And it's because of Misty. Misty's on a fair amount of cards. She's a very, very, very popular character in the Pokemon universe. And as a trainer card, Misty with Starmie, it works. So this one's actually surprisingly up there in terms of value. So even if it pulls the 9, this one is definitely worth grading. This is one of I think this might be the only Japanese card that I send out. This one came out of VMAX Climax. I love this card so much. So very much. It's just the most awesome Rayquaza card. Pokemon I highly recommend that is, you grade if you pull cards like these. Centering. Japanese cards are so high quality, so I hope my eyes aren't playing tricks on me, but it looks a little bit off. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping a 10. Probably a safe 9 here. But VMAX Climax. This came out of the first box of VMAX Climax I opened, and just a sweet card, real sweet card. Now, We showed this card earlier. I love this card so much. This one was pulled on the podcast with Casey and the special guest, Mr. Sean. And I don't know if Sean brought the extra luck that night. Mega Evolution Pokemon are awesome. I love the Mega Evolution cards from the X and Y era. And this was a loose $14 pack that I picked up. This was Roaring Skies. I this one's hard for me to look at from the point of centering because I honestly don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. The back is not as important as the front. It looks a little off left to right on the back, but I can't tell. 8, 9. I'm hoping. I mean, I'm obviously hoping for the 10. As high as possible, but safe 9. Fingers crossed. Just to be on the safe side. Now, this is the only card. The next one, and this is one that the first time I saw this card, I was like, I have to have that card. And I showed it to Casey, and Casey said, Eric, you got to have it in a 10. It's got to be in a 10. I said, you're right. It has to be. Well, you can't find it in a 10. I don't know where this card exists in a 10. I haven't seen it on eBay. I've poked around. Where you do find this card is in the Blaziken Premium Collection. Now, this is one of my favorite Pokemon cards ever. The problem with this card is in the X and Y era Ultra Premium collections, they were known for destroying the promo cards inside because of the way that they were packaged. And there is a promo card that came out of that same box that was. This one did not have that same damage. This one was not warped like that other one was. This one came out looking all right. I will say this is the only card that there is a little bit of noticeable whitening on some of the quarters. And, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how much that holds this card back. I think the best I could hope for out of this card is a 9. Excuse me. I think there's a possibility. Excuse me. I think there's a possibility this card comes back as a 7. And I need some water. Excuse me. Or maybe I think I'm okay. All right. This one might come back as a 7 because of those corners. I don't know. Again, these Mega Evolution cards, it's tough to make a determination on the centering. I just don't know. So this one is in Arceus's hands. We will we will find out. But I do know that there's this one's definitely not perfect. So that one we're hopeful. This next one here, this one's really cool. I'm grading a fair amount of evolutions here. Not pulled on stream. Centering on this card is good. It's not perfect. Hopefully it gets by with the 10. It might not. I think it's a safe 9. It's Reverse Charizard from Evolutions. This particular card, this particular photo image art has been used on a number of Charizard cards, and they're all worth good money. They all hold value well. This might be on the lower end of that spectrum. It's not at the bottom by any means. It is a reverse, so it's a little easier to get than the hollow. And I can tell it's a little off left to right, but it's an awesome card. It's worth having graded in my collection for sure. This was, and we are getting down to, and actually, that was number 5 of the top 5 of the top 40 polls. I haven't been keeping track. Here is number 4, and this is the Mewtwo alt art from Pokemon Go. And I was shocked that I pulled this card because it was out of the second Pokemon Go pack that I opened. It's off left to right. It should pull a safe 9, but this is the chase card, the most valuable card in the Pokemon Go set. Somebody wants to, somebody's collecting Mewtwo cards, collecting graded Mewtwo cards. It is a no-brainer that this gets graded and thrown in my collection. And it's a perfect homage to Pokemon Go. The city, walking around. Yeah, it's the blend of Pokemon and the Pokemon. The concept of Pokemon Go. So awesome card. I love this card. Expecting it to come back with a 9. Nothing more, nothing less. This next card is a Glaceon V from Evolving Skies. And now, while it's not my most favorite Pokemon that I've pulled this year, this card is extremely well centered. This is one of the few cards I'm saying this card should come back a 10. If it does not come back a 10, I'm going to want to know why. I'm going to be really curious. Extremely well centered. It's from the highly collectible evolutions. And yeah, I think that card it's the artwork on that is awesome. I'm so into this card, and I expect to see this thing come back a 10. We will see though. Top two, and I hate to put this one at number 2 because I was so excited on stream when I pulled this. It is my favorite card that I'm actually having sent out to be graded. I love this card. I love this card so much. It is very well centered. The condition seems very good to me as I looked it over under the magnifying glass. I think this card has a real shot at coming back as a 10 also. And that's something that if you're considering sending out cards, you really want to aim for that 10. You really want to send stuff out that's really going to capitalize on what you're spending to have these things graded. Because it's not just the $15 a card. It's that initial fee. There's little handling fees, processing fees that get thrown in there too. They'll $20, $30, or no, not that much, but $10 here, $15 here. You have to pay to have them shipped back. So if this was a 9, this would probably be up here. But just the fact that I think this thing has a real shot at coming back at 10. I love that card. As I said, it's my favorite card that I've pulled this year. And number 1 card is a card I have not pulled on stream. I don't think I've ever revealed it on the show. I was on the phone with the Nintendo Daddy himself, Casey, when I pulled this card, and I didn't know how to react. This is a top 3 card in Evolving Skies. Top 3, top 4. It just kind of depends on how you look. Which Evolving Skies is a set that has so many high valued cards, and it's one of those sets that has your rare alternate artwork secret rares, and that's what this one is. That's what this one is. It's not the top dog. It's the Sylveon VMAX alt art secret rare. Centering on this card looks absolutely perfect. Surface, corners, edges on this card look perfect. I expect this card to come back as a 10, and uh, it's a beautiful card. Uh, it's an evolution, as I said, so in itself, just highly collectible. And you look at all the different Pokemon that are on this card that are featured on the front of this card. Um, there's Eevee up there, Marshadow. Uh, just yeah. So this is a card that in a 10 I've seen sold, over $500. Yeah, yeah. This one I'm excited to see see this one come back. So that's the top 40 pulls of the year. Order might have to change based on what the events that took place today, and with that superior, I'll figure out where I slot that one in as I send it out. But yeah, top 40 pulls of the year. Really looking forward to sending those out. Uh, I'll be packaging those up, putting them, putting everything together this weekend. As I said, when you're grading cards, um, you're gonna have to pay the membership fee, which it's an annual fee. So if this is serious collector stuff, this is somebody that you want to try to make money from your Pokemon cards. You want to get money out of them, and it's just part of the process. It's part of that process. So yeah, those are getting sent out. When those come back, I will promise do my best to not try to peek at the grades beforehand, because I think you can get the results online. I will unbox it live. It might not even be an Underpowered Pokemon Hour event, depending on when it arrives, because I'm gonna want to rip that sucker open. But the expected wait time for grading is 3 to 6 months. So it's going to be a minute, and it's going to be a weird feeling having my best pulls, my best pulls of the year are not going to be in my possession. They're going to be with somebody else. They're going to be with in the professional hands of somebody else. Um, yeah, Shelby at the peak when grading was just out of control at its peak. There were people who weren't getting their submissions back for 2 years. Crazy. Like you send cards out for 2 years, you forget about them. I can't imagine being in a scenario like that. So yeah, 3 to 6 months. So we'll see. By that time, I expect we will be full into Scarlet and Violet era of Pokemon cards, opening up brand new looking stuff. I'm really excited to be able to bring that to everyone. I'm going to be just I'm lots of great Scarlet and Violet Pokemon card stuff coming up in the next year. They haven't even announced the release date of the base set, and I know there's another Sword and Shield set that's coming out in January. So we're still not done with Sword and Shield quite yet. I'll be looking forward to opening up some of that set. So yeah, that kind of wraps up my collector episode. I appreciate everyone who stopped in, everyone who might be coming back to take a look at it. Just kind of giving my perspective on a lot of the different areas of Pokemon card collecting, and what some of my observations. Just really getting into it this year, and because I wasted some money, I bought some stuff that I kind of wish I didn't. And I don't want anybody out there to make the same mistake, especially anybody who I know might be on the fence. That I'm giving a recommendation. Hey, this is a fun hobby. Get into it. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. So, yeah, I hope that if you're checking this out, maybe you found the pack openings entertaining at least, or maybe I said something that was potentially useful. Hoping to do that. Hoping to do it at the end of every year, kind of a run through. I probably will not be submitting cards on an annual basis. It'll probably be I'm thinking maybe three times a year. I don't want to I don't want to do big chunks like this. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Next week I will be doing a show. I will be doing a six-pack show to close out the year. Just kind of, the year in kind of a little bit of a year in review with Pokemon. Taking a look at some of the Pokemon Go news, some of the events that are kind of carrying up into the holidays that you'll want to keep an eye out on. And we'll be doing a six pack. We'll be doing a six pack to close out the year. The six pack has always been fun, and yeah, so I'm really excited. Maybe I feel we'll get to that next week. We'll get to that next week. So, anyways, I'm gonna be excited for that. It has been a great year. I thank anybody who is again. Thank you for stopping by for my collector episode. And yeah, it's been a long one. It's been a pretty granular, rambling episode, but I enjoyed doing it. So for the rest of the guys at Underpowered, I am I'm Eric. Appreciate you being part of the crew, stopping by, hanging out with us, and play your games.